3시간 가네. 빨리 내리겠다.
All right. In your face.
Stay. Stay.
They're gonna buy some games or something.
Should we stop at Target?
They need to stop at Target.
내일 가. 어떻게 가? 내일 사 내일.
뭘?
시애틀에 가서.
뭘 산대?
Next to the sea.
알라스카에 사서 알라스카에 가서.
공항에 가면 있지 뭘
Seattle. No, when they land and then they're gonna go.
Target.
How much time do you have before the land and the boat? How much time?
아니 그거를 미리 사놓지. 그 시간 있게만 있는데 이제 와서 산다고. 지금은 안 돼.
뭘
안 돼. 안 돼. 이거 너 입고 다 야. 이건 내 거. 얘네들아. 이거야 이거. 야 이거 좀 잡아줘. 입고 나왔어? 엄마? 네, 자, 저거 아빠 거 해줘. 아빠 거 들어. 나야? 1, 2, 3, 4야?
For you, don't forget to try our Bon Voyage drink special. Now, talking about Bon Voyage, we'd like to invite you to our sail away party that will be taking place at the poolside on deck number 12 midship.
Number 12 Miss.
Join the Norwegian Jewel production cast, our celebrity DJ Majestic, as well as our cruise director staff and team Nickelodeon. We will be there for you as we officially say goodbye to Seattle. On our
I gave it to Emo.
뭐?
The water bottle.
What?
The water bottle.
Oh yeah, I have to give to you.
Yeah.
너 집에 안 왔을까? 가자.
지금도 아직도 갖고 와요.
가. 지금 가서 쉬어줘.
아, 자야 돼.
So call me, okay? You know how to.
Yeah. No, they might be going to our room. Likely. Maybe. Oh, let's go back. Yeah, you guys go. I'll catch up.
자, 이렇게 조금 해요.
똑같네.
물 똑같아. 저기 조금 더 잡지. 여봐.
똑같은 거예요, 사이즈.
So you can climb.
여기 더 잘 보이네.
응?
더 가까이 보는구나.
You can climb on top of them.
불 좀 켜. 라이트 좀 켜.
우리도 더 잘 보이는데.
쟤 올라가 앉아서 내려본다.
이게 여기 있구나, 이거 여기는.
어.
우리 이게 없는데.
그게 없다고?
네.
그건 또 없는 거 아니다. 그 끝으로 박치기를 해서 내가.
여기다가요?
응.
어쩌다 여기를.
아 여기서 저 가방 하다가 그 엄마가 거기다
아이고.
이거 없었거든. 아유. 죽겠어 고르띵해서.
Now, for all disembarking guests, we do kindly remind you to please make sure that you have your Norwegian Jewel guest key cards in your hand, ready for swipe. Please are open for sit-down breakfast. But at this time, all guests wishing to go ashore, you may now do so by using the gangway located on deck number 6 forward or deck number 6 midship. Now, please be informed that all aboard time is at 2:30 in the afternoon. Once again, all aboard time is at 2:30 in the afternoon. Have an excellent day in beautiful Ketchikan, and we're looking forward to welcoming you back on board. That's right. There's one right there. Is it taking off?
Hey Kevin, you ready, man? Ready?
Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? He fell in the water while he was swimming.
You guys ready? Can we hurry up? Go. Just be a little bit crazy. Huh? Yeah, you. Carry on, bro. That's beautiful. It looks a lot worse than it is. Put your feet on there and get your balance for a second.
Yeah, exactly. At least it doesn't move on you.
Both feet right on there.
Oh, I was telling her I saw both. Yeah.
The rainforest here, anybody can grab that one, but this boat is also equipped with an automatic fire extinguishing system. It's all below deck. But right back in the corner over here, underneath you guys, there's a couple little knobs. They are the emergency fuel shut off. So if anybody were to notice any fires on the engine, you would keep cold. Yeah. They give me this little handle here.
Oh, okay.
Might try it somehow, but he hasn't gotten me yet. So we'll see if he can do it today.
One of his last days.
I know. It's kind of, well, it's getting towards the end here. Yeah, today, and actually on the other side of those clouds, way out there, is Canada and mainland Alaska. So you'll see a little bit of that later on when we get a little bit closer to it. nest. And right up at the top of it, there is a juvenile in the nest. You can see him kind of flapping around, testing the wings out a little bit. So now it's coming into view here. So that large bundle of branches just right up there. And there you guys can see. So that is a juvenile eagle. And they don't get the that white head and white tail until they're about 5 years old. So until that point, they're actually considered a juvenile. I've got 2 of them up in this nest. And then here comes our adult right over there. It's just behind the other tree, so we'll see them shortly. The chicks generally hatch in about mid-April, so they are starting to get a little bit bigger this time of year. And we've seen a few of them out flying. But you guys will also notice on their heads, their legs, everything is brown. And then eventually that'll all start turning yellow. So they'll get the yellow legs, the yellow beak, the yellow eyes, and then eventually they'll get the white head and tail. So pretty young eagles up there. And then we have the other adult is actually on the other side of the channel behind us over here as well. You guys can kind of look between the 2 of them. We're a little bit far away from the other one, but you can see a pretty substantial size difference. And the males are about 20 to 30% smaller than the females. Yeah, so they do mate for life. The females are the dominant of the pair, so you know.
Just like in humans.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing really new there for any of us, but
She's the biggest too.
the other white jacket.
Actually, right here we do have a whole bunch of deer fur. That is from a black-tailed Sika deer. They are excellent swimmers. They do make their way out to this island. Unfortunately, that guy there doesn't seem like he had a very nice day. Most likely a black bear or a wolf got in. We were lucky enough to actually find a small bone. And if you guys got cameras, take as many photos as you would like. It is pretty neat out here. Lots of things to look at. But if you do take any photos, just stop walking or keep an eye on your feet. That way you don't do a face plant off our trail. Yes, that's the skull bone of that deer. You can see a little spot here where its antlers would grow. And of course, this is the one day I forget my rain can. It's been raining pretty good all morning. As we are walking along, we actually have 2 types of slugs out here. It'd be kind of neat to show you guys. One's kind of a glow-in-the-dark color, like a yellow glow-in-the-dark color. It's called a banana slug. And then we also have leopard slugs, which are an olive green color. So as we are walking around, keep your eye out. If we see any, I can pick it up and show you guys. There was a banana slug here a little while ago. Leopard slug. So they're kind of an olive green color. They really blend in pretty well.
They're not spotted or anything.
They are.
They are?
Yep. Some of them are spotted. Some of them don't have the black spots on them. Yep. These guys don't do a whole lot out here except for kind of slug around and eat dirt. That's about all they're good for. This one doesn't seem like he's doing too well, or is very friendly. But the banana slugs are actually really neat. Actually in California, they do get a bright yellow color because they get a whole lot of sun. But out here, they don't get a whole lot of sun, so they don't really get a bright yellow. But the first one that you do actually see or find of the year, if you give it a kiss, you'll have good luck for an entire year. So if anybody wants good luck, step on up. It does work. And here is just a very small chunk of that rainforest. The Tongass is actually the largest rainforest in the U.S. It's about 16.8 million acres. They say a nice comparison is about the size of West Virginia. So. And I'm sure you guys can figure out why it's called a rainforest. So to the right of the trail, when you kind of come up those steps there, this is a fallen tree. So a tree fell that way, but you can see it is acting as a nurse log. Those other trees are growing right out of it, sucking those nutrients, and growing up to be nice and big. Also, in a very long time, very long time, eventually that fallen tree, so basically like that background there, will eventually be gone. So if you can imagine all those roots that you see just standing there by themselves, that's that elevated root system. So it'd be a whole bunch of them kind of looking like this guy here. You can see it standing right out of the ground. And a whole bunch more of that skunk cabbage through here. And another exposed root system to the left side of the trail. This one looks like it is two trees that went down together. That is, with the lack of soil, those roots are, yes, the lack of soil, it's mostly bedrock, so those roots really have to go out instead of down. So they will often intertwine with other trees, so if one goes down, it can also rip down a couple more.
So how old would these trees be, the fallen mountains?
At least 1,000 years. I'm not exactly sure. The last one is just from the Forest Service giving us that information that they did carbon date it. But to give you guys an idea of how long these will be here, a tree that is about 30 inches in diameter could take over a little bit of 50 years to eventually rot away. So that's a lot bigger than 30 inches in diameter, so it's going to be there for a long time. So with this skunk cabbage, excuse me, bears love this stuff. The bears will actually eat rocks and pebbles before hibernation. It gives them a nice full feeling throughout the winter time. But then they wake up, you can imagine eating rocks and pebbles, you might be a little blocked up. So they actually wake up, they munch on this skunk cabbage, and it acts as a laxative for them. So then they can kind of go about their business, eating all those poor deer out here. If we were to eat this stuff, it would actually kind of do the opposite effect. It would block you up, and then if you ate a lot of it, it could even temporarily paralyze you and make you hallucinate. So you'd be blocked up, paralyzed, and seeing things. Doesn't sound like a very fun time. So nobody eat it as we are walking along the trail. It is growing right in this area with this lovely mucky looking mud here. This is called muskeg or Alaskan quicksand. So in some parts, this stuff can actually get up to about 30 feet deep. It doesn't look very bad, just kind of like a wet puddle. This one, I am standing on some roots, so it's not too bad. But a lot of the trails throughout southeast Alaska are these boardwalks because of this stuff. Moss can grow right on top of it. You can just be kind of hiking around and then boop, down you go into Alaskan quicksand. This one's pretty watery because we do step in it every day. So some parts it is nice and thick and works just like quicksand. The more you struggle, the more it just kind of suctions to you and sucks you down. Now I'll just leave a nice little mud path as we continue along. they were able to find at least one good use about that skunk cabbage. That is they smoke salmon in it, mainly. They do smoke all fish though, but mostly the salmon. They wrap that salmon up in about 9 layers of this stuff. Then they smoke it until it gets back to about 2 layers. Then they'll take it off, unwrap it, and it gives the salmon a onion kind of mustard taste to it. And because that skunk cabbage grows right around those areas, they actually do find a lot of bears in that muskeg quicksand. And the bears that they did find were dead, but they were also mummified. So that stuff actually preserved them as they did die. So you guys got a pretty common day here in Ketchikan. It does rain a whole lot here. Actually, they get about 15 feet of rain annually. Not a whole lot of snow. It actually doesn't get very cold because we're kind of in the... If you guys want, there is a spot there where you can step. It shouldn't be bad. Just watch kind of they would stick in their mouth to kind of numb any toothache, things like that. It's not too bad. If I kind of walked with him for a while, my fingers would get a little tingly, but you really gotta kind of chew on it a little bit, and, you know, kind of activate all that nice numbing slime they got. You see, they're nice and sticky. Anybody like to hold them? Maybe kiss them? Anybody got a toothache? Just pop this guy right in. I'll set him down over here. Anybody can get a picture of him kind of in its natural habitat here. I usually feel bad picking them up and walking with them. You never know which way they're headed. So you're either really helping the slug out or you're setting them back for a couple days. And when you get up to about here, if you look to your left, there's a nice big patch of moss. There's no muskeg underneath of that. Actually, I could pass back a little piece so everybody can see it. Pass that back. This stuff has a very creative name. They must have spent a lot of time on it. This is called yellow-green moss. So you can remember that. Nice creative name. It's just very absorbent. The only thing I think it looks like is little trufflet trees from Dr. Seuss's Laura.
做到都感觉到。
Come on, see. There's lots of waterfalls.
Because we got another hour to go.
Which side are you on?
40 minutes.
Sorry?
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna be cool right back here. Whoa.
Cheaper and more often. And then you buy cheaper and never.
Pretty high peaks up there.
The cat can make a sound announcement on the way out here. Check out that's cool. Look at all these trees.
Wow, 没有我们要再走好几步。我看起来是要走好几步啊。
对不对？
That's all. I'm auto bracketing, so it takes
무슨 짓을 한 거야? 이거 보는 동안.
이게 진짜네.
나 한번 찍을까 우리? 응? 지금?
그럴까?
응. 진짜 얘기를 해야지. 끝인 줄 알았잖아.
To a Lockheed Martin facility. And I've been down, I took another trip for 3 weeks. I went down to Seal Beach. I'm sure that is
Not too
close to Huntington, I think.
Yes. It's probably about 40
Hanging out inside with all the
None of it's really too long.
Today, I can't help but pass through the first couple of here. Unfortunately, I don't want to risk anything with it. With the propellers, I will go a little bit further in. I will stick the nose in between the two shelter rods you see ahead of us. I have to be up there. I don't want to risk anything. The pellets are precious.
Helicopter into this thick forest. So Lee and I rode search and rescue, and we could, like, from the valley we're in, I can contact towers right now. We could contact fire department.
But behind these mountains, there's some more, yeah.
4-hour hike.
Yeah.
To our plants, right? What else in nature can stunt the plant's growth? What about the lack of water, like in a desert? Would that not stunt the plant's growth? Anytime an environment stunts the plant's growth, that is a process called depauperation. These trees, which at lower elevations can reach on.
You never know. We definitely are going, our chances, our odds are going. Just kidding.
Yes. Right where this mountain's opening up right here? Yep. Okay. Right at the bottom of that V-notch. First you'll see the ocean start to open up, and the flat valley floor, and then you'll see your cruise ships. That's cool. Here it comes, you guys. Now down through here is Dead Horse Gulch to our right. There's the ocean there. Let's see you way down there. That's the ocean. There's your cruise ship. Both the Norwegian Pearl and the Jewel are right there. More in there. Yeah, but you need those, right? Well, technically straight underneath this, if you're on that back platform, look straight down backwards. If you're inside, look to the right-hand side and down. We are crossing over the only fully wooden trestle still in existence on this railroad. Look to the left. Beautiful canyon. Now, as we keep an eye out to the right, you'll be able to look backwards and get a beautiful picture of this wooden trestle and that tunnel going through mile 16. That's Allison, right?
Randomly recording. I don't know what I'm recording right now. Sheesh.
Hey, you guys know what this is? Devil's Club. Yeah. Yeah, super cool plant. You can see how it's like all over the place. And you see how thorny it is? It's coming closer. No, that's what everybody thinks, is because it's got all these thorns on it and all that jazz. No, it's actually, the name is a translation from what the natives called it. And the translation is kind of more or less to club the devil away. So it held high spiritual significance that protected them from the devil. So, like, they would put it on the bow of their boats for safe passage across the waters, or they'd hang it over the doors of a woman in labor to protect the new child from like evil spirits and things like that. So that's where it got its name. Everybody thinks it's from the thorns, but no, it is not. And it has, do you guys know how many different medicinal uses this baby has? Like over 200.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been used to treat. They're actually working on some things now to with cancer cells to see if it can reduce the rate of multiplying cancer cells and things. And it's been used to treat like diabetes, tuberculosis, arthritis. If you have cuts, burns, abrasions, there's a salve that you can get in town for all of those things. Lots of super cool things. It's a member of the ginseng family. So its Latin name is Oplopanax hortus. Like Panax, if you ever seen that, that's like in like pharmaceutical terminology, that's like a ginseng. So you can get an energy boost from, like you make like a sort of like a Red Bull out of it for an energy boost. But it'll also make your mouth go numb too, which is even more exciting. There's berries. The berries on the top. I think Leah was getting some berries, but maybe not. I don't know.
She was gathering.
She was gathering something. Yeah, if you guys want to try the berries, I think she has some. If not,
said those red.
She's organizing.
Yeah.
She said not to eat the red.
Unripened, green, and ripe, red.
Oh,
I suggest trying one of both.
Or just the green.
Which one's right?
Now,
red,
you guys,
green?
the advantage that we have of having no ticks, no chiggers, no poisonous spiders, no snakes, no, poison ivy. We encourage you guys, indulge your senses today. The things we get to share with you, especially in this valley, so unique. Touch things, feel things. Well, you'll find, and I found that to be true on any vegetative source that contains protein, especially large quantities of protein, is going to be bitter, very bitter. And therefore, oh yeah, you betcha. I mean, this plant has not just food uses, but medicinal uses just off the hook. There's not another plant that I know of on the planet that has more uses than the Devil's Club.
That's pretty cool. They actually made the red on the totem poles, the color red with the red berries. And I've been told that they would mix the roots with bear grease and it would make the color blue.
Ash. You'd have to burn it.
Oh, you'd have to burn it.
Down, and then the ashes are mixed with bear grease to make that blue dye.
Oh, okay. Confirmation. Works out.
It's coastal temperate zone.
Yeah, so it's nicknamed Hiker's Nightmare, because I mean, if you can imagine, if this trail isn't here, like look back that way, you have to rummage through all this madness of these thorns and things like that. It's also, if you see these huge leaves, Whitey knows this from first-hand experience, it's also named Wiper's Nightmare, because it looks inviting on this side, but devastating on the other side. So you gotta be careful.
You only make that mistake once.
Yeah, it's a one-timer, huh? Yeah, cool plant though. Super cool. So remember, there's 3 of us. So if you guys want to go faster, we can split up and have a faster group, a medium group, a National Geographic group if you want to take a bunch of pictures and all that jazz. So let us know though, and you know, we'll cater to you guys because there's plenty of opportunity to do so. Nutrients, and so they'll eventually die off. But yeah, there's some places in the trail, like further down, we might, if we have time, we might show you, where you can see what was a nursery log, and you can see a line of trees lined up that are bigger now. You know, they're like this big around or whatever. But you can see the result of a nursery log falling in the forest. Pretty cool. Yeah, if we have time, unless we're like running back to catch the train.
Is the housing for the algae. The algae provides the nutrients, the food, the photosynthesis, the sugars for that lichen to grow. The lichen in return provides a housing for that algae to exist. Now this one has a very rare blue-green algae in it. Watch. This is called lungwort.
Oh.
What just washed away? It's not washing it away. What I'm doing is that algae inside it, that blue-green algae that is now turning the whole thing green through that chlorophyll, is now providing the nutrients. It was dormant.
Oh, okay.
Certain algae and lichens can remain dormant for 10s, even 20 plus years. And then all you got to do is re-stimulate them. And some of these, like this one, is so susceptible. It's like the substrate up underneath here is so like fragile. That's why you won't see this anywhere else. It has to have very, very pure air quality. Lichens are basically your bioindicators of any forest. The more lichens you have, the healthier your ecosystem has to be. Because they just absorb all the pollutants and kill the algae. So basically that's why it's able to attach directly to this rock. Mosses, like what you can see here, need that vascular root system, and they're rooted into a soil. They're not attached to the rock. These are fully self-sufficient in that symbiotic relationship between that fungus and the algae.
Told me very politely that they're actually both incorrect. Fish cards, he said, with an H, he would say
Dad, you know what?
You sure?
Dad, do you know what I see? There's a waterfall.
Oh, I saw that too over on the side.
Wow.
sonido de הסמוך, לפרחים, האח נהיה המומחה מספר 1 בעולם.
There you go. No, you can't. Oh. Block the fountain.
You are Norwegian now. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely hope that you had an excellent and magical time on this beautiful cruise ship. Your Norwegian Jewel is made up of over 1,100 crew members from over 60 different nationalities. And we sincerely hope that we have made a difference in your lives the way you have in ours. At this time, please welcome to the stage your vacation heroes, our family, the officers, staff, and crew of your Norwegian Jewel. Come on, everybody. Let them hear it. Let them feel your love. We are a family, the pride of the land and sea, and wherever you roam, you'll find a home inside a memory. 'Cause you are Norwegian now.
soak.
And oh, you know what? You gonna meet you 7:20 at excursion office. Do you know where the excursion? 7th floor, the main office.
거기 $10 넣으면 되지?
Where did you run then?
해배비가 못 들어봐요. 진짜로? 어?
Oh,